Welcome back, nephews. Hey, look,
this show was not filmed in front of a live studio audience. Not at all.
It is Swipe Smarter. And we're not here to judge women. We're here to sharpen you men. Modern dating is confusing for a lot of you guys. So we're here to bring you clarity, integrity, and discipline back to your swipe. We break down real Bumble dating profiles. Nephews, we call out the chaos, but we are also celebrating the good ones. All right, because we want to teach you how to move with structure, confidence, and standards. This isn't about complaining. This is about becoming better men, and who you choose, you need better women. I'm telling you, nephews. Let's get into this. Johnny, go ahead and introduce yourself. Nephews, real quick, I'm William. I'm the black belt of Bumble, and this is Johnny Dumbbell, my sensei of swiping.
Shout out to Shannon and Minnie Mom. How's it going, ladies? Thank you for joining us. I'm Johnny Dumbbell. I'm a life coach, personal trainer out here in beautiful Pittsburgh, PA. And as you can see, I am rocking the Pittsburgh Riverhounds away jersey because in just a little over 36 hours, we are going to be in Tulsa playing for our first ever USL Cup championship. This is the first time I've ever actually witnessed Pittsburgh winning any sports championship in person. And it's a really exciting time for me here, even if you're not a soccer fan. Hey, if you love excitement, if you love just being in an area that's got electricity in the air, that's exactly what's happening in the next couple of days here in Pittsburgh. Shout out to the Riverhounds. Captain Danny Griffin, take it to him, boys.
Shout out to the Riverhounds.
Anyway, I'm not here to talk about my successes. I'm here to talk a little bit more about what I've learned from my failures. So if you're thinking about doing anything when it comes to love, romance, and it sounds risky or maybe expensive, fiscally irresponsible, or just downright simpish, and especially if it sounds like something you've seen on a chick flick or heard in a Boyz II Men or Jodeci song, please talk to us first. Leave us a comment. Shoot us an email. Chances are one of us has stupidly done it, and we can tell you exactly why you don't want to repeat that type of history. In short, we are the uncles that the entire family talks about. But if you stick with us, you can learn from our failures because we screwed up so that you don't have to.
Well said, Johnny. All right, nephews, let's get right into this. First profile we got up tonight. Looks like Toledo. She's 39.
Isn't that in Northwest Ohio? Oh, Toledo. I thought I said Toledo.
Talita.
All right.
She drinks socially. First thing I notice about the profile, sir, is there is no bio.
Oh, she had such promise. Gentlemen, here's the thing.
Well, look, but no bio, Johnny, that means you got to build the whole connection from scratch.
Never mind that.
I don't like it.
She's suggesting that you'll be more than happy with swiping on her looks and not care about her personality, which means she doesn't think much of your discernment, fellas. Think about that.
All right, let's see what else we got here. So she's from Brazil.
Ooh, okay, she got natural butt lift.
Okay, Johnny, this to me seems like a camera roll dump.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. And I mean, this is definitely, take a picture of me. This is my best side. Yeah, I don't care who's taking the picture, obviously. But the big thing for me is like, it kind of reminds me of a photo shoot, except you're the only one really kind of looking at the pictures or, at the moment. The only one that matters looking anyway. But yeah, this is
I was going to say, this usually signals that she's not invested. It's
not even in finding somebody. Never mind you.
Well, it's not intentional. It's just seeing who bites.
Yeah.
The only thing it says she's from Brazil. Johnny, that's not information. That's geography. Come on. What are we talking about here?
And autobiography, kind of.
Okay, what? Nephews, look, let me tell you what this means for you. Men need clarity. A profile like this gives you none.
We choose clarity.
If she can't give you 20 words, she's not trying to attract the right man. She's collecting matches. All right. And you're not here to be a volunteer detective.
No.
Okay, this is what low investment looks like, Johnny. This is no bio, no prompts, nothing but a few pics. She's not giving you any direction. All right,
she took all that time to get herself prettied up for her photos.
She's just seeing who swipes. And look, Johnny, we swipe with discipline here. So if she gives me nothing, she's getting nothing from me. I'm going to pass on this one.
And gentlemen, the reason that we are going to be the rarity that does not swipe on her is because I guarantee you that even without a bio, even with just these pretty pictures, this girl probably has a full inbox of men that she loses track of. So this is what I'm talking about. This is not somebody who is going to do something that isn't already working. What she's doing obviously works on much simpler, much less complex guys than us. And that does include you watching, fellas, because the fact that you're watching tells us that you know there's something beyond the pretty smile. There's something beyond the exotic Brazilian queen you're looking at in front of you or whatever the hell she thinks she is. The thing of it is that she has no substance to go with that style. And as a result, I got to agree with Uncle Bill, man. This is definitely, as Randy Jackson would say, that's going to be a no for me, dog. I think it sounded kind of like that.
All right, Johnny. Next up, we got. Can you see Ryan? She's 38.
I feel like when it's a girl, they pronounce it Rianne, but at least I hope.
It's an Irish name, I would say.
I still say check the pronouns.
She says, mom of one. Proud American, lover of summer.
Yeah, I'm with her on that. I mean, I'm not a mom of one, but I will say that, that does give me a little bit of information, not a whole lot. You don't see a whole lot of proud American, lover of summer. I mean, those seem like common things, but it doesn't appear to me to be the company line right off the bat. The only downside is, other than that, it doesn't really give me a whole lot of a window into a personality. Not that I want her to lay out all the cards on the table, but I would like to know whether or not I should meet her. Or in this case, you.
Okay, let's see what else.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, while we're going through that, don't forget, I have a goal because I'm a very goal-oriented person. I'm a life coach and personal trainer. So what I would like to see is I would like to see Bill give at least 3 young ladies a shot, but only if their bios and their profiles earn it. So remember, this isn't really so much a competition to see what Uncle Bill here can achieve, but this is more of a competition to see who can actually show a little bit of style and substance, the healthy enough mixture of which makes Uncle Bill swipe right as he should.
All right, Johnny. She says, to me, self-care is a night at the gym, sauna, and trash reality TV.
Oh my God. Listen, I hate to admit this. I love trash reality TV. I know it's BS. I know a lot of it's scripted, but I don't care. Even if it isn't real, you got to think that this kind of thing has probably happened in real life, whatever happens to be, at least once or twice. And if we're talking to Youngstown and Pittsburgh, probably near you.
Sorry, Johnny. Okay, see what else we got
good, brother.
here. I'll never forget the time I saw this. Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused on that one.
Let's see what else we got here. All right. So far, I don't know. I'm on the fence. I like a night at the gym. So she's definitely piqued my interest, with a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah. A night at the gym, I got to tell you, I'm more of a morning, afternoon kind of workout guy. But I mean, we can manipulate schedules if she wows me a little bit in the profile as well as conversation initial conversation.
Okay. I like that she's hiking. I like women who do outdoor stuff. All right. Let's see here.
Actually, know where she's
one of the
exactly
things I like to do. And yes, Johnny, we are looking for matches for me. This is my Bumble after all. I'm looking for women in my area, but I want to give the nephews the game on how to get at women like this.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, this is a situation where we're going to want to know, if we're going to approach, if we're going to go ahead and, you know, the first message, the icebreaker is usually taken care of by Bumble if there's a mutual right swipe. But after that, you might want to know something.
I got to tell you, nephews, my swipe smarter insight here. This is what balanced feminine energy looks like. A woman who tells you who she is, what she values, and how she lives.
Pretty
Now,
briefly
that's
too, yeah.
what I call an intentional profile. I green flags to me. Mama one. She leads with responsibility, not chaos, Johnny. Proud American, love summer, simple but honest. It's like identity and lifestyle cues.
Hey, you guys can commiserate over the cold of the winter together.
Now, this is what I like is when she's talking about right here. To me, self-care is a night at the gym, sauna, and trash reality TV. The fitness routine, the discipline, these are huge green flags for me.
That looks like a meal prep kitchen too.
The trash reality TV, it's personality. It's not perfection. It makes her approachable.
Yeah.
I'm known for being my optimistic personality and smile. This is like emotional climate check. She's not
leading
leading with
example of
bitterness.
smile. I like that. Yeah.
All right. A yellow flag, this one right here. I'll never forget the time I saw this. It's a vague prompt. It might just be filler. It's not really a deal breaker, but it is signal she didn't maximize the prompt.
I kind of want her to put the glasses back on.
All right, Mini Mom saying, right, I give her a try. Mini Mom, I'm leaning right, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it gives a lot of information, but it does leave the right stuff to the imagination point where, yeah, she's intriguing.
All right. Nephews, this is a woman who has a life. She has routines. She takes care of herself. She has a positive baseline. She's not giving me chaos. She's giving me stability and identity.
Yeah.
Right? Men complain there are no good profiles, but nephews, this is one of the good ones. All right, Ryan, 38. I think we got a solid profile here, nephews. She's a mom who leads with responsibilities. She works out, hits the sauna. I like that she's optimistic. I'm getting feminine stability here.
Yeah.
I'm swiping on this one, man. Shout out to this profile, Johnny. Ryan here did a great job.
All right. One down.
That's one on.
Great dental work.
Let's see what else we got. Let me check this one out real quick.
By the way, while Bill's doing that, guys, if you have had some experience in online dating, girls, whatever, ladies, I know there's a lot of you in the chat. What, about 65% of them now, right? But if you're in the chat, if you've had an experience that really stuck out in your mind, whether it was great, terrible, catastrophic, hilarious, whatever it happens to be, please leave it in the comments. We'll read it online. I'd love to hear it. I love to read it. And I always love a great story. Also, don't forget, smash that like and subscribe button, guys. I am this close to my next milestone as far as subscriber count. So let's do it.
Shout out to Johnny Dumbbell. All right. Uncle Johnny. Next up, we got Christina. She's 33. Now, I really like women in their mid-30s. I'm very successful with them. So let's see what we got here.
That does seem to be a niche age group for guys our age, huh?
About Christina. No bio.
So about Christina, nothing.
No identity. No values. No direction.
B cups though.
Johnny, there's no prompts.
What? They usually at least do that.
She's not trying to spark a connection. She just wants to filter men.
Yeah. I mean, she's a hot girl from Canfield. You know, I know that area. It's definitely this is definitely the kind of girl that, and let's face it, I'm not knocking the Mahoning Valley, but in that area, she can post a couple pretty pictures and have a full inbox, which she probably does right now. There's messages she will never even read in there. But you gentlemen are not going to be that run of the mill kind of guy, are you? You're not going to be the one that goes swipe right on pretty girl and send her a message as soon as possible. No, we're not going to do that. This is a matter of I'm glad she looks good. Believe me, she looks great. But we want substance with that style, and she's not offering it. Yeah, I'm gonna stay left.
Yeah, camera roll pictures only. Another profile. It's just a quick upload, low intention. Let me see who shows up.
Mm-hmm.
It's built for reaction, but not connection. I gotta tell you.
Well, and the thing of it is,
I'm feeling her little blonde friend over here more anyway, Johnny.
Yeah, I mean,
all right. How do I want to frame this for them? All right, nephews. Women who want quality men, they signal it. They show that. They give clarity, personality. They give you something to respond to.
they give quality men a reason to swipe right.
Okay, profiles like this belong to women who are bored on this app, women who are seeking or even collecting validation, and women who are going to make you do all the work. That's not... This is not a disciplined swipe, nephews.
No.
This would be a dopamine swipe. So I'm going to caution you against it. I'm not going to swipe on it. At 33, this is just low effort all the way across the board. No bio, no prompts, just a camera roll dump. I mean, she's not intentional. She's not giving you direction. She's putting the whole burden onto you. You guys realize that, right? So a man with standards recognizes this instantly. And she gives nothing. She's looking for attention. Swipe with discipline, nephews. I'm passing on this one.
Yeah, this is definitely, yeah. I mean, unless you want to take your chances and see, yeah. Unless you want to take your chances and see how long it takes her to respond to your message, if ever. But I got to tell you, if you decide not to shave until you hear from her, your beard is going to very quickly outgrow Bill.
Mm-hmm. All right, Johnny. Ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Can you see Hannah here?
I will in about 6 seconds. Got delay. There she is.
All right. Hannah's 24. And first thing about her is there's no bio. She didn't even really fill out very many of the questions.
I gotta tell you, and look, I don't know why this gets on my nerves, but there's that cliche leopard pattern top. My God, if you're gonna get an animal print, be unique, man. I mean, look, leopard print is everywhere, and I'm not saying that it doesn't look good on some of you, but I mean, be unique, man. Hey, be the girl that wears giraffe print. Might not be considered sexy, but at least to be unique. But yeah, the leopard pattern, my God, it's tired.
This looks more like a profile for Tinder.
This looks more like an advertisement. This looks more like an advertisement for Maybelline.
Yeah.
Little John is not interested.
All right, yeah. 24. This woman's bored. She's swiping for validation. She's got unlimited options and zero intentions.
Yeah, and I mean, and look, I don't want to judge anybody, but I'm going to go ahead and say she's the one that texts you like 2 and 3 word responses. And I really hope I'm wrong here, but I just get the vibe that when you're talking to her, she ends all of her sentences with a question mark, even when she's telling you things. And that's I don't know. I don't know why I feel like that, but I feel like that would happen.
All right. Well, nephews, what this means for you is that when a woman in her early 20s gives you nothing on her profile, she's not dating with purpose. She's just sampling what's out there. All right. Now, men make the mistake of assuming that youth means compatibility. I have to tell you, nephews, that you're wrong on that.
Youth means a fun evening.
Youth with no direction equals dysfunction with a pretty face. Take it
And
from
believe me,
me.
we I was gonna say we
Discipline
know a little
keeps you
something
out of
about
that
that. Yeah.
trap. All right. Hannah, 24, nephews. This is the classic I'm here for attention, not intention profile. No bios, no prompts, nothing to work with. At 24, that almost always means she's just swiping to see who chases.
That's
All right.
exactly it. And I mean, and why not? Because look, with as many guys as probably did swipe right on her, she's already going to have one hell of a roster to choose from just based on what she sees. But I mean, this is the kind of girl who's raking them in as far as the right swipes. And if you swipe right on her, I don't care what you think you have to offer. You are one of the minions, if we're going to call it that. That is going to just be another lost message in her inbox.
All right, nephews, swipe with discipline. That's what I would suggest.
It did look like Pittsburgh in the background of that one picture, though.
Hey, well, maybe she'll come up on your Bumble, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, well.
Sorry, Hannah. Please play again.
Hey, nephews, if you have any questions, please call in, write in, let us know, put a Q in the chat. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you out. Yes, we are going over my Bumble dating profiles tonight, but we can stop this at any time and answer your questions. We can go into a little more in depth about one of these profiles, if any of these women take the time to fill them out. But yeah, let us know. We're here to help you out. All right, Johnny. Next up, we got Rayan, 41. No bio.
And see that's just it. This is I just feel like I'm not trying to say that this is an unattractive woman because I don't think she is, but I think that you kind of take away from what little attraction we had to you when you also don't have anything important to say or no poignant statements to make. And that gives us no information about you. It doesn't tell us whether or not we want to talk to you. I mean, exhibit honesty first and foremost, respect and positivity. See, I fell asleep reading that. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to look for. I'm saying it's kind of the company line. If we are supposed to stand out to them, why shouldn't they stand out to us? Because they're going to stand out to us for one of two reasons. Either they're pretty like Hannah, the last girl we just swiped left on, or they're going to give us some sort of a good impression by having something unique to say, something that sticks in our mind, something that says, maybe this girl's worth the conversation. I'm not seeing any of those things here.
Yeah, I'm hoping you exhibit honesty first and foremost, respect and positivity, along with being humorous.
I'm hoping that you lie and bore me. It would be the opposite.
Nephews, when a woman leads with what she wants from you, but tells you nothing about who she is, that's a mismatch of effort. Standards without substance is a red flag.
Yep.
Okay, there is nothing but yellow red flag mix on this for me, Johnny. No bio. She gives zero information about her life, values, lifestyle, or identity. One prompt, and the prompt is entirely about me, not her. Look, honesty, respect, let me go back to this. Honesty, respect, positivity, humor. These are baseline human qualities, not relationship direction. This is minimal personal investment and maximum expectations. She's setting requirements while offering nothing in return. All right.
Well,
Nephews, what this means for you is we see a lot of these profiles, they're common at 40 plus. She's been burned. She's defensive. She's screening men with generic virtues, but she's not giving you anything real to evaluate. Yeah. So a good profile is one who says, here's who I am. Here's how I show up. Not here's my intake checklist for you. Men with standards don't sign up for one-way interviews. Rayan, 41. Nephews, this is a lopsided profile. Like I said, she gives me no bio, no personal details, nothing about who she is, but leads with a list of what she wants from me. Honesty and respect.
Lines. Yeah, reading between the lines, I got to say this really sounds like a sense of entitlement. This sounds like, hey, I'm the greatest thing since microwave popcorn, and I'm going to tell you how it's going to be. I mean, now, I know that's kind of reading a little bit deeper into what she's doing here, or in this case, not doing. But, she's not offering any kind of insight as to whether or not I would even like her. And so, we're not going to play that game. We're going to go ahead and pass on her, at least if it's up to me, we're going to. But it isn't. It's up to Bill. He has the final say so, but I think we're on the same page here, aren't we?
Oh, absolutely. Nephew, swipe with discipline. All right, let me check out the next one. Give me just.
By the way, guys, I'm going to be putting my email into the chat here. So if you have questions about dating, if you're in a situation that you're not quite sure how to navigate, you can be completely anonymous. Let me know whether or not you want me to make up some bullshit name for you, but we'll read your questions on our live show on Monday nights. And while we might be issuing you a little bit of beating in the form of tough love, understand that we are going to give you the best advice that we know how, because chances are one or both of us has been there and screwed it up royally. So, I'm going to go ahead and add that right now. And please, we'd love to hear from you.
All right, John, give me just a second here. Yeah, many moms said left. Okay. All right, Johnny. Next up, we got Lauren, 42. Can you see her?
I will in a second. Oh, man, I think I know her.
Okay, we got Lauren, 42. There is no bio here. It does say she never drinks, never smokes, is looking for a relationship.
Good luck. Sound boring. I'm kidding, folks. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm not kidding. I mean, I'm not saying she's boring because she doesn't smoke or drink. I'm saying she's boring because she doesn't really give us anything to work with as far as, what to know about her. Oh, wait, she wants you to have a sense of humor. Cool. Because some of these girls are out here looking for a wet blanket. No, I mean, this is really not at the company line. Not saying it's wrong, not saying it's a bad thing to look for. I'm just saying it doesn't make her profile stick out. The best I can say for her is she's pretty, I guess.
She says, one thing I'd love to know about you is, are you content and satisfied with your life?
All right, now see, that adds a little substance to it. Now my question would be, is she asking this because she is a go-getter and is trying to, ascend to a better, a higher level of herself? Or is she trying to, do that subversive vetting you thing to see if it's a successful guy? Is this somebody that I can, expect resources from? Is this somebody who is ambitious? And because remember, she probably doesn't want to come right out and say, hey, do you have a good job and are still looking to do even better? Because, I'd really like you to spend some of that on me. Of course, she's not going to say that. So that could be one of her motivations for asking that. But here's the thing: I have yet to meet the woman that tells me that ambition is anything other than sex.
All right, nephews, this is what we call a half-built bridge. All right, she's giving you just enough to spark interest, but not enough to understand the woman behind these prompts here. A sense of humor, okay, that's positive. That's positive. Are you content and satisfied with your life? Now that's a strong, grounded question. I mean, which I got to be honest, this shows maturity and emotional awareness.
Yeah. Or it shows a desire to know what you do for a living and how well you do it. But that would be something to figure out in the initial conversation to choose to swipe right.
I could see her screening for men who have inner stability and not chaos with this profile.
Yeah,
The no bio is a bit of a red flag to me. It's like she's leaving out her identity, lifestyle. She's leaving out relationship goals or values. I mean, her prompts are okay, but they're all outward facing. I mean, she's asking about you, but she's not showing anything about her. She's playing it safe.
Yeah. I like the dog in the picture. The dog's kind of like a squirrel.
I always like the dog.
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't like the dynamic here. I like the dog, but I don't like the dynamic. She's expecting me to reveal myself will stay hidden. Men with discipline avoid one-way vulnerability. All right, this nephews, the woman likely probably has some depth to her. I mean, she's playing her profile a little close to the chest. I feel like there's good intent here, but low transparency.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm of the mind to proceed, Johnny, but I'll tell you right now, this is not a woman you put on a pedestal, nephews.
First of all, you shouldn't be putting anybody on a pedestal until you know who you are. And honestly, you shouldn't be doing it then. Remember one thing. This girl is on a dating site because she is not meeting men in her immediate area. She's not meeting men the old-fashioned way. And even if she were, the fact of the matter is that if you put her on a pedestal knowing nothing about her, even if she has a high opinion of herself, she is going to smell that insecurity like a fart in the car with the windows up, because she is going to say, wow, this guy's real quick to put me on a pedestal. He wants something. He needs something. He's probably a little on the needy side. I'm not ready to deal with that. And look, nobody's ready to deal with overly needy. And honestly, I think a lot of the guys that are ready to pedestalize her within the first 3 lines of a conversation, man, they tend to be they do tend to kind of be, in that category.
The yoga. Johnny, I love women who do yoga. I need some help with my pigeon pose. I don't know, nephews. I'm going to need help from the chat on this one. I really am. All right, because nephews, this is a mixed profile. No bio, some okay prompts. She wants to know if I'm content with my life. I mean, that is emotional maturity. But there's no personal identity here. So, like I said, half-built bridge. Mini Mom says she's not feeling it, but it's up to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I like
Johnny,
the fitness. I like the
Johnny, you're my sensei of swiping. Tell me, you know me very well, sir. Am I going to enjoy an evening with this woman?
I mean, I like the fitness. I like I really I got to tell you, I do like the question about are you satisfied with your life? Because here's the thing: is she asking, do you like yourself? Do you respect yourself? Or is she asking, are you happy with the way you are to the point where you're not looking to do any better? So I mean, she's definitely kind of putting her feelers out there for your ambition. But here's where I have an issue. Where I have an issue is she doesn't really do a very good job of describing herself outside of the fact that and I get more of this from her photos than from anything she says, is that she's into yoga, she's into fitness, she's into those kinds of activities, which is fantastic. Um, but again, I think that there's probably a little bit more information that we could have gotten, that could have just been very, very basic information, something that would have been conversation inspiring. And God, I got to tell you, I'm not seeing it here.
No, but here's the thing, and Mini Mom nailed it. Shout out to Mini Mom. Geography is good. She's only a few miles away from me. So, Johnny, I think I'm going to swipe on her. And if we do match, it's going to be a real simple opener. You, period, me, period, a drink, period. Let's make this happen. And I'll be able to gauge her level of interest based on that. Now, it says she never drinks, so I wouldn't ask her to meet me for alcohol. It would be coffee. But, you know, you get my point, sir. So, Johnny, you're thinking no on this one? Because I'm thinking I like the yoga. I like the emotional maturity. Yeah, this is somebody
my thing is this.
I would go have some coffee with.
If she's within 15 miles of you, I guess worst case scenario, you've wasted less gas than you would have otherwise. So like Minnie Mom said, geography's good. Geography is kind of in your favor. So yeah, if this seems like something that's intriguing enough for you, yeah, what the hell? Go for the right. I could go either way on this one. I like I like the yoga, I like the fitness thing, and that's kind of where I'm hung up. And I like the ambition question because I would definitely ask her the same question if I get to having a conversation with her. Because I don't want to know what she says. I want to watch her body language while she answers, and or while she, at least talks about it as a topic of conversation. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say maybe it's worth an exchange of messages. See if she's worth meeting.
All right,
bless that bitch.
I'm gonna go ahead and swipe on her, bruh. And we'll see if she wants to bring the dog with her to go feed the ducks with me. Hold on a second. Let me check this one out, sir. Now, nephews, we got to hop back and forth and preview these profiles. Oh, man. This is probably the most filled out one of the night, but I can't show it. Let me see what else we got here. Johnny, another very low effort profile. Sash, 38. I know. Really, I'm so tired of this. No bio. I'm a real nerd about random facts.
Does Gwen Stefani know that this chick rates her makeup bag?
Man, nah, this ain't where it's at. And we've already went over this so many times tonight. I'm not going to break it down again. We're just going to pass on Sash here.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can okay, Johnny. Give me 1 second here. Microphone. All right. We got Kim, Johnny. She's 46.
All right.
And I think this might be one of the first bios we have of the night. So shout out to Kim. She says, funny, caring and outgoing. I'm not a porn star. Don't ask for nudes. I'm not a paymaster. No, you can't hold anything until Friday.
Bless that bitch.
I'm not looking for a sugar daddy. I work. I love the summer and being outdoors minus the bugs. I'm very honest. Ask me anything.
Okay, so the only thing that wasn't included, the only
What's
thing
that,
that wasn't
Johnny?
included, the only thing that wasn't included in her list of things she will not put up with are pretty much company lines. See, that's just it. And we are literally reading between the company lines, and we see that list of things she doesn't want. So clearly, this girl is tired of. I mean, so a lot of guys are asking her for nudes, obviously. There are some bum ass guys she's dated. Guys who are like, "Oh, can I hold some money for you?" I mean, first of all, if you are dating a woman and you are asking to borrow money from her to hold on to for next week, you know that's not the same as reimbursing her for bringing you, a couple of drinks or something like that when she arrives. But what I am saying is, this is a woman who is not wanting to pay your way and not looking for someone to pay her way. She works. That's great. I'm glad to hear it. So do most other adults that are somewhat responsible. So again, I'm glad that you have a job. I'm glad that you're a responsible adult. But so far, and look, I get that you don't want to be asked for nudes. I get that you don't want to be asked for money. I get that you don't want, sugar daddy because, even if you did have somebody that was paying for everything or whatever else it is, you don't want somebody telling you what you can and can't do. And that's what a lot of sugar daddies seem to do, at least from the ones I've heard about. But the thing of it is that right off the bat, not that this list of things you don't want somehow makes no fun or something I wouldn't want to get involved with. But at the same time, it just really sounds like I would arrive at your house. You would be like, you will take your shoes off. You will sit on the couch on the opposite end of me, hands in your lap, and we are going to watch the movie. No talking. Like, I'm not saying that's how she is, but I mean, I got to tell you, when you rattle off a list of things you don't want, that is kind of how it comes across ultimately. Um, and aside from that, funny, caring, outgoing. Whew, it's not even that late. And very honest. Ask me anything. And I work and I don't like bugs. Cool. So the nice thing is that we haven't had to differentiate you from the 2 or 3 billion women in the world that are looking for someone. Um, but I got to tell you, the combination of the checklist of things that you don't like, and the fact that on a personal level, I personally wouldn't be attracted to her in this situation anyway. But I think even if it's Jessica Simpson's lookalike saying these things, you're just telling me a bunch of crap that you don't want. And other than that, like I said, you're telling me something that pretty much anybody else looking for a basic match would say.
Mini Mom says, sounds like some emotional baggage there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm picking up on that too, Mini Mom. Nephews, the woman's entire profile it's like she's arguing with ghosts from her past. All right,
Yes.
that tells you exactly what you're walking into. She's dating in defense mode, not connection mode.
Yeah.
The bio, it's built on warnings and trauma responses. I'm not a porn star. Don't ask for nudes. I'm not a paymaster. Don't ask to hold something. I'm not looking for a sugar daddy. Nephews, these aren't boundaries. These are battle scars. And
this is somebody who needs to heal a bit.
She's bringing all those all that baggage into the conversation before you even meet her. The energy, the tone, it's defensive, confrontational, guarded. That's emotional residue, and it shows. All right, the green flags about this profile, Johnny. I want to talk about the positive things about it. She works.
I guess about it.
She works.
Wait a minute. So she's a responsible adult like everybody else?
She's a responsible adult. I like that in women.
The funny thing is, though, is that really shouldn't be an exception. That should be the rule.
All right. She says that she likes summer and she wants food and conversation. These are normal, solid things, but they're they're buried under a mountain of negativity. I also am a little confused about something, Johnny. Maybe you can elaborate for me. The very last part says, ask me anything, doesn't it?
Just not for dudes.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going with
Yeah, I
it.
mean, like, honestly, I got to tell you.
These guys, why are you telling adult males who aren't even men to ask you anything and then get upset when they're asking you to see you naked? Like, that's just crazy to me.
Never mind that. I mean, I'm not saying she's wrong for asking these kinds of things. But what I am saying is that from the minute we started reading his bio, I started having less fun doing this tonight. Like, she actually took the fun out of this a little bit. And not saying that, like I say, not saying these are bad things to say. What I am saying is, give me a break. You really just kind of yelled at a bunch of guys who haven't hurt you because of the guys who have.
All right, nephews, what this profile means for you. This woman has been disrespected by the wrong men. Not men. It's happened several times. Now every new man has to pay for it up front. When they lead with things like warnings, disclaimers, accusations, assumptions, they're just not emotionally available. Not yet. Not for you. Right. Not for anyone. And men with standards, they don't walk into preloaded hostility. You're not applying for parole. You're on a dating app. So,
yeah, and that's just Bill. It really is kind of like that, though. Yeah, like this is this chick. If you end up getting to the point where you're seeing her often, living with her, this chick's going to be your CO.
All right, this is what a defensive profile looks like, nephews. I mean, I could see a little bit funny, outgoing, but her whole bio is written like she's still fighting with men from her past. All right, don't ask for nudes. Don't ask me to hold something. No sugar daddies. That's all trauma talking. She might be a good person, but right now, like I said, she's dating in defense mode. So a man with standards can't respect her. And nephews, you shouldn't sign up to be her emotional cleanup crew. Swipe with discipline. I'm going left, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. Sorry, we're gonna clean up that profile. We'll see what you got later.
All right, let me see what we got next. Hey, you know whose profile I want to see? I'd love to see Stacy's profile here. Stacy, you got a Bumble profile? I'm just a little curious. I know you're not in my area local and you would never pop up on here, but no. Just wondering.
I'll bet she's got a bio.
I bet she's got a bio. I bet she's got a pretty solid profile from watching us for a little while, Johnny.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I'm wrong. Look at that. Mark this down. What? William is wrong. She says no, she doesn't. All right. Next up, Johnny, we got Jen. She's 38. No bio on her profile. So she's a real nerd about crochet.
I mean, I don't know if y'all can see. I got the crocheted Afghan on the couch behind me.
Oh, Johnny, are you telling me you're a nerd about crochet?
No, but I sure like a warm blanket.
All right. Like, okay, well, how are you a nerd about crochet? Like, how would you?
Well, I mean, look,
I'm not going to let her bait me into a conversation about this, but I would almost like her to elaborate. Like, do you go to conventions? Is this just a hobby? Is it an art form for her?
Does your steering wheel in your car have a crocheted cover on it?
Well, look, this might be a little window into her. Johnny, think about it like this. This might be a little window into her personality here. She's You're talking about a hobby that requires patience, focus, and creativity. So this would tell me that this woman's detail oriented. She's probably calm. And honestly, there's probably not too much chaos in her life.
I bet she's good at Tetris.
And that's all we got, though.
Yeah. But I gotta say though, for a modern woman her age, I don't know a whole lot of modern women her age that crochet. So I mean, that does kind of stand out a little bit as far as like an acquired skill that doesn't involve technology. So I mean, I feel like if she spends a lot of her time crocheting, that's a lot of time she's not spending seeking validation on social media, for example. So that could be, a green flag in disguise. Plus, I will say that the crochet ability does kind of speak to her sort of dedication to home and hearth. It sounds like maybe she might be a bit of a homebody. And fellas, if that's what you're looking for, I think that's a right swipe for you.
Johnny, are you saying this
Now,
is
if this
feminine
is now
stability?
if she wants to have conversations with you an hour long about crocheting and the art of crocheting, and you find yourself kind of sitting there going, "Oh, yeah, ooh, that's great, yeah, kill me." Now that might be a little much.
All right.
But
Mini Mom says crocheting is getting popular again.
well, good. I could actually use another winter hat. So
Mini Mom, I always appreciate it when women come in here and put me on game, because I would have thought a woman who crochets is a woman who is comfortable being alone. Okay.
I gotta say, I know several women and related to several women who can carry on a conversation while they crochet and watch TV at the same time. So I feel like that's kind of and that's one of those techniques that I feel like it becomes automatic. Now I can't really speak to that because I don't know how to crochet, but I can have a conversation with you while I'm typing on my keyboard or playing my piano or something like that. So just because it's something that you kind of get the motion and the procedure down for, and especially if it's something that repetitive, I could see her using that as kind of a way of being able to continue a conversation. Good example. When I first started working for a phone company that I used to work for, during our training, the first 6 weeks that we were in a classroom training, there were little things on the desk like, stress squeezers and, little stupid shit like that. We were encouraged to mess around with that while he went on with the information. And they said that the more of your sensories that are being stimulated at once, the more likely you are to retain the important information being dispensed at that time. So it could be that if she's crocheting while you're talking to her, she may retain a little bit more of what you're saying and be able to respond a little bit better. Now, if not, maybe that's something that keeps her focus, centered on that. So that may not be the case. But I think that there's a great possibility that that's a way that she's able to stimulate that extra sensory of hers, while she's listening to you or while she's, absorbing information from whatever external source. So, I don't know. It could go either way. I think it's conversation worthy.
Well, here's my problem: is she had one word in her entire profile.
Yes, yes,
I'm
yes.
a real nerd about crochet. So there's just not enough substance here for me to swipe. And
Right,
I can
because she
tell
hasn't given
Stacey's
us
been watching us long enough, because this is
she hasn't given us enough of a reason to sit there and talk to her while she crochets. Yeah. She hasn't given us a reason to want to have that conversation to find out if that's what the case is. So yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm still swiping left, but that is something to consider.
we're gonna pass on Jen here. All right, let me check out Elise. We might do one more after Elise. Depends on if
I'm stoked we got a swipe,
I think I got two tonight.
Man, I would love to. I wish we could actually see if we're getting we still have not actually gotten a live match on the show. You know that?
Oh, we have.
Oh, we got to talk about those.
Yeah, Johnny, I've matched live with women on the show. We've went into my how I approach it with audio on the show. All right, what I don't do is follow up with the matches that I have, because I need your nephews to understand that when you're dealing with a woman, they deserve a certain level of privacy. Women want you to keep their business off the streets. They don't want what they're doing put out there. So when you move with discretion, doors open up for you. That's the best way I can put it. In my Bumble profile, one of my prompts says something about the show here. What if I told you, and I have something about our show here, how we break down these profiles. We do it with the intent of helping men do better. And so the women that I'm matching with, they know what we do. So they also know that I'm not really making content out of our communications, our dates. I do go out with some of these women. I'm honestly, Johnny, I could get some meta glasses and make content out of how I've been catfished by some of these women, how they show up, don't look anything like their profile, but hey, they still show up. So I still buy them a drink or two. I still have a good time. And that's really what it's about. Me having a good time and enjoying myself. So, all right, Johnny, let me just check this real quick here. All right, we got Elise, Johnny. She's 41.
That Elise Stone or?
Well, there's no bio here.
Lame.
What'd you say, lame?
Lame.
Yeah, where's that boo one at?
Oh, sorry, my bad.
All right, Elise.
See, I don't think that's enough people. I want to get like an entire stadium boos. I want like First Energy Field booing. You know what I mean?
All right, now Elise, who drinks socially, says instead of drinks, let's golf. I just started lessons and I'm slightly obsessed with it.
I mean, I don't know. I think a good first date for her would be maybe around a mini golf. I mean, obviously not this time of year, unless now if you're in the Pittsburgh area, we got a whole bunch of indoor mini golf places, and they are pretty awesome. There's one near the Strip District, and there's like 5 different indoor courses there, and they all have a different theme. Everything from the library to the bowling alley to 80s. I mean, it really is pretty awesome. So mini golf, I have found to be a pretty good date night over the last couple of years or so. And I mean, that is definitely something. Even if she doesn't express an interest in golf, if she likes to do activities that involve moving around and still prompt conversation, especially friendly banter and maybe dare I say a little bit of ribbing and competition, jokingly, of course, mini golf would probably be a good first date.
See,
Well, maybe not first date. Second.
I'm absolutely not doing it as a first date, maybe a third or fourth date.
Yeah.
The second date's going to be cooking at her crib or my crib. And whether we have a third or a fourth date is going to depend on how consistent she is on first, second, and third date. But maybe I'd take her mini golfing.
Yeah, not on date 1, though.
All right. Well, now she says my simple pleasures are coffee, hitting a good workout, golf, and enjoying life. What do you think about that?
I mean, again, it does sound kind of run of the mill, but the other things that she says does back that up as not just a company line. It does sound like something she would really actually enjoy.
All right, Johnny.
You got the glove and everything, though, man. So she's probably pretty good on the links.
Look at her working out. Look at them little abs.
Oh, yeah.
By
the way, listen, whether you have abs or not, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of it is largely genetic, but at the same time, whether or not it's in the cards for you does depend a lot of what you're doing also outside the gym. As a trainer, I can tell you, abs are made in the kitchen. That's how it works.
Well, I like women who work out, Johnny, have a healthy lifestyle. I like women who do yoga.
Yeah, shows initiative, shows ambition, and because we are ambitious men who always want to be improving, that could be a very good partner as long as we vet her properly.
This is not flashy. Johnny, I don't know. I'm not getting chaotic from here. I'm getting a woman who has a life. She has a hobby. She has some discipline in her life. And I got to tell you, from my experience, golf girls are a different breed. Yeah. Okay. The golf thing. Here's what I know from golfing. Now, if you just golf requires patience, it requires coordination and
Creative swearing.
a little bit of humility because the game humbles everyone. And it also requires consistent self-improvement. So women who golf, they're typically not impulse driven, they're structured. All right. She's taking lessons and slightly obsessed. This means she invests in herself and she follows through.
Yeah, she knows what she enjoys, and she has her own kind of and this is a woman who has her own program. So this is either going to fit your program very well or it's not. But the thing of it is that when you've got two people who have their own program, their being able to fit together is going to be that much more special, I think.
Okay, it says dating in Vegas is terrible. Okay, that's not bitterness. That's honesty about the environment. Vegas is a hookup heavy market, bro. And she's signaling that she's not playing that game. She's not into that kind of chaos.
And I'm not
what else here? My simple pleasures are coffee, hitting a good workout, golf, and enjoying life. That's routine. That's stability. That's a feminine lifestyle rooted in self-management, not drama.
Right. Yeah, I feel like she's bringing a vibe of more peace and fun than chaos. Yeah,
absolutely. The bio. It's not a deal breaker here because the prompts can carry weight.
Right, and that's the thing. I think in this case, it really did carry her farther than it carries most of the women that we come across.
Hey, but bro, tell me this wouldn't be like a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 profile if it had a nice little short intro about her.
I think so. But I'm going to go ahead and give her the B. I'm going to give her a B. And you know, especially with the kind of profiles we come across, a B is passable. And by passable, I mean if it was me, I'd be swiping right. But it's not me, so.
All right. Well, look, nephews, this is a woman who keeps herself busy in healthy ways. She values discipline. She has her own interests, and she doesn't need you to build her personality. That's huge at 41. She's not bored. She's not dependent. She's not bitter. This is a type of woman that will meet you halfway, not one who drains you. All right. I got to say, I think this is probably one of the more solid profiles we've seen tonight. She might lead with golf and taking lessons, but to me, it tells me she's obsessed with improving. I like women with routines, workout, coffee, enjoying life. That's stable feminine energy to me. Now, the only downside is no bio. But this is a woman who actually has a life and invests in herself. Johnny, I'm swiping right on this one.
I'm going to go ahead and agree. I think
hey, I even got the chat behind it. Shannon says right. Minnie Mom says right. Let's go ahead and
bless that bitch.
Yeah, she definitely.
Y'all can say you seen it here.
She redeemed the lack of a bio for sure. Yeah.
All right, are we doing one more tonight, Johnny? Is this going to be our last one, Kathy?
Well, we got your Johnny, 3, but we can always go for a bonus.
Johnny, we did this one. We did this one a couple weeks back. I don't know if she's circling back on me because she swiped on me. This was the lady who owns the gym, the fitness owner. Remember, she did some competitive workout. All right, let's see if she's updated her profile at all. We'll check it out. Oh, hold on. I got a profile preview.
I don't know, man.
We already had it on the show once, so I bet we can show it.
I think that she probably gets enough in the inbox that maybe not, but yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, it's got her IG on here. We could go to IG. But I don't know. For the last profile, maybe we don't need to.
Here's the thing. as a fitness professional and a fitness influencer, I can tell you that a lot of us are looking for likes in a certain way. Now, I don't do it on my profile, but it really does seem like this might just be a like farm.
Okay.
Now, I think she's definitely built very nicely. Um, it's clear that she definitely is consistent as far as fitness goes. She looks like she's definitely getting it done in the kitchen. But it really seems like she wants more followers on Instagram. Can you see how many she has?
No, I didn't go there yet, but she leads with her Instagram.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I mean, to me, that just says, hey, I'm probably not going to date you or even talk to you, but hey, go ahead and feel free to like and subscribe and whatever else because I need that. And and in her case, not for validation. It could be to drum up business. I mean, that's what I do it for. And it's been very, very good to me in that regard. And now I didn't put it, like I say, I don't put it on my Bumble profile, but I do think that in her case, it probably is a pretty effective and probably pretty efficient way to gain followers. Or else, let's face it, guys, she wouldn't do it. One thing you got to remember about men and women is that we are not going to do something, or at least we shouldn't be doing something that doesn't work. But when we do see that we're getting positive results from something, well, hey, why change a winning formula? As I say every time we do this. While I don't like the whole like farming thing, hey, I'll tell you what, Kathy, you do you because you know how to get these guys to follow you. Most of these guys are probably simps that are going to try in every elaborate way possible to tell you how beautiful they think you are because you just haven't heard it enough today. Uh, Meanwhile, guys like me, shit, we remember a comment we got 6 years ago on the bus about our shirt. But the thing of it is that she's looking for. I definitely think she's probably looking for either more business, more validation, or possibly both.
All right, Johnny, it says she's a competitor in the wellness division. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
So a lot of that it could mean a couple of things. Now they have one thing you got to remember is that the only bodybuilding is not the only fitness competition, and she's clearly not a bodybuilder per se. If I were to judge by the way she looks, I would say she probably does competitive CrossFit, or maybe she does bikini competitions, which is not the same as bodybuilding. Now here in Pittsburgh, we have competitions coming in probably every couple of months or so, and we see those folks coming into the gym, and you can definitely tell who they are. And she absolutely fits that mold of either the bikini competition or they have the fitness competitions where it's almost like gymnastics, except instead of acrobatic stuff, you're going to be out there doing things like plyometric push-ups or a series of different things to music, preferably with rhythm, and you're going to be scored by judges, and that's what it sounds like she probably does. But she doesn't really elaborate on that. But as you can see, she doesn't have the gigantic arms that a bodybuilder would have, but she definitely has that lean and athletic figure that I at least would expect to see in those kinds of competitions. Um, I can almost guarantee you she's probably not missed an Arnold Classic in years. And hey, I think that's awesome. Um, but at the same time, if you go to her Instagram, these exact same pictures are probably on there, and they're probably pretty recent. So I think what's happening here is I mean, let's face it, she's obviously not having a hard time finding a man. This woman, built the way she is, does not need Bumble. She could go to the corner store and have 3 or 4 guys that, hit on her and offer to take her away on expensive vacation. So what this profile says to me is that she is looking for likes, followers, subscribers, comments, anything that's going to increase the internet clout she most likely already has. If I had to guess, I would say she's got at least 25,000 followers on Instagram. Speaking of followers, once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am that close to 100 because I don't do these kinds of things on my YouTube. So if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification. You'll be notified when I post new content.
All right,
and if you want, and if I have to take my shirt off for it, I guess, but I'd rather just get by on my merits.
Nephews, this is a high performance athlete profile.
Yeah.
All right, it's real impressive on the surface, but
really
you need discipline to read between the lines. Fitness competitor energy that comes with structure, but also expectations. Don't step into this thinking you can coast. All right. fitness industry owner. She has her own life, her own income, and her own identity.
And her own depth chart of guys. Like I said, I really think this is more of a like farm.
All right. What I like about it is works out 6 days a week. That's massive discipline.
And it shows. I mean, you could tell she's not bullshitting either. You know, I mean, she definitely she clearly does.
Yeah,
But having said that, like I said, she's not on here to find a man. She's not on here to find a man. She's on here to increase her clout.
Well, she lives by structure, routine, and goals. I mean, her kids are grown too, so there's low chaos and a very low parenting load with just one teenager in the home that she gets every other weekend. She gets along with her. She gets along with her ex. That's emotional maturity.
Is it or is it dependency?
I live a very drama-free life. I mean, that's a strong claim, but I got to tell you, that's kind of supported by her lifestyle. No hookups.
That could don't worry. Once you like her Instagram, she won't. No hookups, just likes and subscribers. Yeah, I honestly am glad she wrote the bio, but when the first thing you say is your Instagram handle, I don't buy the rest.
Okay, the Instagram handle and the bio, that's a song. That is a sign that she's monetizing attention on some level. Let's not ignore that. Let's call it what it is.
What I'm saying is that I don't think she made this bio to find a man. Let's face it, she won't have any trouble finding a man. I mean, and that's just it.
Okay, you're right. Because when they're putting our IG first, they usually want visibility.
Yeah. Hey, no, we all. If that's what we're doing, you know.
All right. She says you had to bring your A game to get my attention. That's that competitiveness. That's that competitive energy. That's not feminine softness. She's setting a frame before you meet her. She's already letting you know what time it is. High fitness lifestyle equals high standards. If a man's not in shape, he's not disciplined. He's not consistent. He gets eliminated instantly. Yep. This is a performance-based profile. You men need to know that.
And I can tell she's a fitness professional when she has that last thing in there that says no couples. Dude, in this profession, I've been doing this. By the way, on 26th of this month will be my 11th anniversary of having done this, been in this career. And I got to tell you, the one thing that you hear, especially female, trainers, but some of us guy trainers here too, is they do get, not at the gym, but when they're out and about, they do get propositioned by couples, and it is wild. I mean, in a city like Pittsburgh, I don't know where she's been, but in a city like Pittsburgh, if you are downtown on a Friday or Saturday night, you're looking the part, you're looking great, and it's almost like they can sniff you out, because the people who have the most stories about being, I like to call it, recruited by couples, it's usually trainers. It's usually female trainers, but like I say, every once in a while it happens to the guys too. That's it's kind of a toy for swingers to play with, and minimum, pay attention, because this is kind of where the pineapple comes in.
Bruh.
I can't believe I had to explain that.
All right, Johnny, I think I'm swiping left on this one.
That was awkward. Yeah. I mean, Kathy,
I'm
look great.
Tell you, I actually think I have the level of discipline this woman is looking for and requires.
Right, but the thing of it is, it's all fluff. She just wants you to like and subscribe. But I agree with you, but I don't think that's what she's looking for. This girl's got a couple of different guys lined up, if she isn't already in a committed relationship, which very well could be. Again, she's throwing it out there that she's looking for this, looking for that, because again, that does give the guys that are going to go straight to her Instagram and hit the like and subscribe button, or hit the follow button, I should say. She's trying to give them that little bit of hope of the potential for a conversation. And, that's when we're looking for internet clout, you do want to have some sort of a draw. You do want to have, pull people in. Phil, when we put our shorts up there, we got to put a compelling title, something that makes people want to click on it. And also, we don't want to be doing clickbait. We want to make sure that what we present as content has something to do with that. But that's because we have that sense of accountability. And, when it comes to fitness, when it comes to competition, she definitely has that for herself. But when it comes to getting her name, her face, and her body out there, in a tasteful way, don't get me wrong, this ad is basically a link to her Instagram. And to me, it's nothing more.
All right, nephews. Tonight wasn't about judging women. It was about sharpening you. Most men swipe blind. No standards, no discipline, not even any awareness. That's how you end up in situations where you waste your time, drain your energy, and pull you out of your purpose. All right, what we did here is simple. All right, we separated clarity from chaos. We highlighted effort. We exposed low investment, and we showed you what intentional feminine energy looks like. Your job is now to swipe with discipline, not dopamine. Choose women who show effort, honesty, and identity, and walk away from profiles built on chaos, trauma, and low transparency. Because the moment you raise your standards, the whole dating dynamic shifts. All right, women, the right women respect it. The wrong women disappear. All right, that's how you build a better life, nephews.
And that's what you want.
One disciplined swipe at a time. All right, nephews, until next time, be men of clarity, integrity, and purpose, and swipe smarter. John, you got anything to say before we wrap up this stream tonight?
Yeah, don't give up hope. Keep swiping. And when you do match up with a girl, remember, most importantly, use protection. And if you drink, don't drive. And if you drive, don't park. Because accidents cause people. We'll see you Monday night.
Yeah.